Good afternoon to very special guests, Gervais and Karl Pilkington. Round of applause for both.
Wow.
You alright?
It always happens eventually.
What?
You can come into Radio 1 really cool and trendy and happening and new, and soon you end up doing that, like a zoo format. Soon everyone eventually turns into Simon Bates.
Whoa.
When you're 40... you'll be saying things like, and that's a wicked tune there. Esme Denters, she hasn't changed a bit.
Well...
Hello?
Only on Fridays.
I was confused. Hello? In the moment. No,
Is that as loud as it goes, that?
Why have you got headphones on? We don't need headphones. We're just talking. They're listening.
Do you want headphones on?
No, not if they're only that quiet. Is that health and safety?
Yeah,
they're
really limited, yeah.
That's ridiculous. Have you listened to that?
Okay, but you know we're on air now.
Well, I wouldn't know because I can't hear it. Just talk.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, isn't it? Yeah, okay, you don't need them anyway.
I've got a special pair of non-limited ones. Do you want to borrow them?
Sometimes, Karl, I feel like your helper. How have you survived? It's birthday today.
39 today.
39 years old.
Happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
He's done all right, hasn't he?
Yeah.
39.
Have you had a nice day so far?
It was that Mrs Matthews at school
Yeah,
said
the
he
head
wouldn't be a
teacher,
high flyer. And he is a high flyer. He's been around the world twice.
Have you had a nice day so
Number
far?
one selling book, number one DVD. New show starts tonight. Karl Pilkington. So, kids...
I've had an alright day.
Kids, if you want to muck around at school, do nothing, play out on your grifter all day, leave school at 15 with no qualifications at all, then things could happen for you. It's good advice. You're a great role model,
Did you do well at school, Greg? I can't imagine you did alright.
I did okay. I did alright. I was average. I was okay at exams.
You see, you have a go and everything, but you did alright, but what are you doing? Stephen Fry, dead brainy, he's doing a panel show. It's wasted. You've got a brain, do something with it. I'm not having a go at Stephen Fry. I'm a big admirer of Stephen Fry, but what I'm saying is there's no difference between me and him, really, in terms of work.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No, I wasn't dissing you. I was saying, well done. I was dissing Mrs Matthews for saying you weren't high flyer, but then I felt a little bit guilty about sending out a message to the listeners of Radio 1 that, you know,
yeah,
you are the odd one out. You've put the work in late in life. And it's
that's
brilliant.
the best time to do it. I think when you're a kid, play out, play with stuff.
Yeah. Not matches. Or drugs.
No.
And floss. Floss, kids.
So, yeah.
You've done well. I mean, you are quite similar to Stephen Fry, best-selling author.
Yeah, I've done some books.
Have we got a panel show on the way?
Don't really want to be doing that.
No, next project, I want to send him round on a bicycle with Warwick Davis in a basket. It's called...
Is that for Sky One, yeah?
No, well, there's, we've had offers already.
Stephen Fry turned that one down.
Yeah, we couldn't get a basket big enough. But Warwick's not as heavy as Fry. So, yeah, it's called The Short Way Round.
Cool.
And, that'll be coming to our screens in 2012.
But yeah, it's on tonight. Idiot Abroad 2. Sky 1 HD, 9 o'clock.
Yeah. What can you say about it, Karl? Why should they watch?
It's
Friday night. It's a Friday night. Kids are out.
No, it's a bit annoying.
They're listening to Esme Denters all over the place. They don't want to...
I don't think I appeal to kids anymore. Just your lot who you've got in, I felt well out of my depth, Greg.
Really?
Honestly. These are proper young people.
Yeah, well, I think...
I'm 39 today. It was weird walking in. It was like Scum. No, I don't mean their Scum. I mean the film. You see, they won't even know what I mean. There was a film in the 70s of a borstal.
Oh,
with like loads of kids in it, and it was terrifying. I felt...
How does that make you feel, all right?
No.
I thought you were calling my audience scum.
But it was like, no, I don't mean that. I mean, they're like someone out of Skins. If I was walking down the street and they were on my side, I'd cross because I'd be scared. I'm getting to that age where I feel older. And Radio 1's like that. The music you play, I have no idea what you're doing.
Do you know Jason Derulo?
No. Say 3 names that you play on Radio 1, see if make one up and see if I know which one it is.
That's a good game.
Well,
Should we play a record now, though? Because this is definitely going out on air, isn't it? This is being broadcast, this show.
Yep.
Are you sure we shouldn't have pre-recorded this and edit it down to a soundbite?
Possibly.
Basically going, happy birthday, Karl.
Yeah.
And then...
It's on tonight.
What are you playing next? Make something up or don't make it up.
By Graham Thorpant.
Yeah.
Okay. This is Jason Derulo. Do you know he's real?
I don't...
Well, he is real, yeah, but you've given that away.
Okay. Jason Derulo, Don't Want to Go Home on Radio 1. Did you enjoy that one, Karl, or not?
It was all right. It's not...
But you used to be into your dancing, didn't you?
I like a dance.
I've seen him dance. He was round my flat once, and we were all drunk, and he was moonwalking, weren't you? In his
I can
socks.
do a bit of that.
Yeah.
I did sort of dancing. I joined a dancing sort of place when I was younger.
No, you didn't.
Really?
No, you didn't. You didn't. You went along, and it was shut.
I wanted to join a dancing class.
Right.
When I was younger, it's called Twiggies in Old Trafford, and I had leg warmers and everything. Well, they weren't proper leg warmers. They were. My dad made them out of one of his old shirts. He just cut the arms off.
Yeah.
So I had like leg warmers with cuffs.
Right.
And but I can do. I'm pretty good at sort of robot stuff.
I mean, think of that. I mean, turning up
I'm trying to.
a little bald mank, right? With it looks like he's walking on his hands.
He wasn't always bald.
No, I know. Early though, wasn't it? When
I was a baby, I was. I was bald then.
yeah.
Well, you
do a
weren't
bit.
doing a dance class when you were a baby.
He had
were you?
hair
No, I
for
was-
about 15 years, and then it went again.
I never had good hair. Do you know, like you've got a style? I've never had that in my life.
No, you know why? Because he said he had the hair of a Chinaman. I mean, forget the term Chinaman, which is totally outdated. For the
That's
last
what the
25
barber said. He said
Yeah.
the sort of quality of it, very fine, very sort of blowy way sort of hair. And he just said you got hair of a Chinaman.
Nice compliment.
That's not having a go. That's a fact, isn't it? I don't know why people worry. That's the problem with this program. Everyone's always going, "Oh, it's a little bit racist at times." It isn't at all. There's nothing that I wouldn't say.
No, there's nothing racist in.
There's nothing in it.
No, because it's your opinion. He hasn't got a malicious bone in his body. He just says the first thing that comes into his head, and I think that's why it's a really interesting documentary, because it's not all whitewashed. It's not Judith Chalmers going around saying, "This is a lovely resort. Isn't it wonderful here? Oh, look at this custom." He goes there and going, "Oh God, everyone's gobbing." He hates it, right? He says what he's thinking, and we show it, warts and all, you know.
Carl, did you genuinely hate doing the first series? There must have been bits where you enjoyed a bit.
Episodes 1, 2 and 3, I hated it, honestly. To the point of trying to get out of it. Then by the end of it, I got back home, was over the moon that it was finished, and then there was something, I kind of looked at photographs and thought, I can't believe I've been there, I can't believe I've done that. Pretty lucky. And then, yeah, that's why I did the second lot, really. Because I kind of thought, I hate it at the time, but I know that when it's all done, I'll be happier.
I've seen the first episode of the new series, and it is ridiculous. I mean, what can you say about it? I mean, I don't want to give it away, but
the whole thing
one?
about it is the bucket list, which is like a list that people put together of things that they want to do before they die. Ricky and Steve put a list together, which I've got a copy of here, so you can see the sort of things that I could have done. This is the list that I chose from. There's some more on the back.
Okay.
It was sort of compiled by the most popular things that always come up. So they're sort of like the top 100 most popular things that most people say.
Right, so see elephants in the wild.
Exactly.
Climb Mount Everest.
Yeah.
Swim with dolphins.
Yeah.
Gamble in Las Vegas. Amazing things.
Stuff like that. And I was allowed to pick 7 of them. So I did. But there's a lot of things on there that I don't want to do, but they still cropped up. Like bungee jumping's a big deal. I didn't want to do it. I know I didn't want to do it. But when I got to, like, you know, a part of the trip, turns out Ricky and Steve have got me still on the edge of this bungee thing. So a lot of things happened that I didn't know was coming still. But the end thing that I'm doing, that's the thing I've picked. So I picked staying a night on a desert island. I've picked driving down Route 66, looking at a gorilla, messing about with some... It's just like different stuff, innit?
Yeah. That's a great description. It's just like different stuff. That's what we hope they put in the Radio Times. It's just like different stuff.
I'm trying to think now.
What are you and Steve actually doing whilst Carl's doing it? Are you actually orchestrating stuff, or are you just on the end of the phone?
There's this strange myth that goes around that it's scripted. This show is scripted. Like, Carl's an actor or a comedian. Carl doesn't know what's going to happen. Sometimes he has to, by the time he gets there, but it's planned behind his back, but it's not scripted. I mean, imagine... how could we script this? I mean, imagine just casting it. Okay, I need a little Indian fella who can wrap his knob around a stick. Okay, we got one. Okay, Carl, what are you going to say about that? It's ridiculous. These are real things that he's gone to see. He says, we stick a camera in his face, and he says the first thing...
Like anyone would, though. People
Yeah.
sort of... I think if they sent you, you'd have stuff to say, because if you're out of your comfort zone, you
That's
say
the important
stuff.
thing. We have to put him out of his comfort zone. It's no good him doing things that are lovely and a walk in the park and him just pointing stuff out. That's boring. and we've got hundreds of those. We've had hundreds of those for years. So this is someone who's reluctant, and it's got to be a surprise. And I know how to press his buttons. I've done it for 10 years now. I've had two big ambitions over the last 10 years. One is sort of educate Karl. I love the fact that he came to me sort of like a blank canvas, and he's so inquisitive. I think he's brilliant. I think he's got a brilliant mind. He just hasn't used it much. And the other thing is I want to get Karl famous, because I know he'll hate it.
But it's happened.
It has happened.
Hasn't it?
I told Karl, if this trend carries on, he's going to be bigger than Michael Jackson.
Can I just apologise for what Ricky just said about the chap a minute ago with the stick and everything?
What? That happened?
No,
it's just the word. It's just the word. Sorry if you're offended by that word.
Knob is Old English, and it's totally acceptable. It's not a swear word, it's not a profanity. It's not at all. It's not.
Okay, well anyway, if you're offended, whatever. But, Karl, tonight, what's your favourite thing about this new series? Can you give out a little something that was the favourite
thing? Well, now that it's over, that's like my favourite thing. Because it's hard work. I mean, people sort of watch it and go, oh, you're really lucky, why are you moaning? You're getting to see the world and everything. But it's proper hard work. I'm not sleeping. I'm eating geckos. I mean, there's stuff going on that isn't even recorded sometimes. It's just like...
Well, we record, each show, we've probably got about 20, 30 hours of footage to go through to find the best bits. And there's bits that don't get in for various reasons. Obviously time. We can only do like 48 minutes. But there's really interesting bits in it as well. There's one bit where Karl goes to Africa, and we send him to the slums. And he helps a guy build a hut, and he does a bit of charity work. It's sort of about charity. And Karl called me up, and he was probably depressed. I mean, I've never seen him like it. I mean, it really affected him. And I was on the phone call for about 30 minutes. That probably won't be in, because it's a comedy show.
Yeah.
It's meant to be light entertainment. But there might be a bit of it. But Karl was worried that he was doing charity, but on television. And so he was worried that people would think he's going, oh, look at me, like a lot of comedians and actors do.
Because Steve sent me there to say, oh, this, you'll feel great after doing it. But I was only doing it because I'm being paid. It's a job.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be out in Africa building a hut if it wasn't for this programme. So in a way, it's a false thing. So I'm sort of thinking, I come across a bit harsh, I reckon, when I'm sort of there doing it. But part of it is the thing of, well, I'm doing it because it's all been set up. I
can't wait for the rest of the series. I've seen the first one. It's ridiculous. I think it's got. It's
better, isn't it? It looks better.
I think it's better.
He has to do more stuff, because the first one there was sort of a restriction, because he was going to do one thing and one thing only, and we found sort of funny things along the way. But he was sort of stuck in one place, either by the pyramids or whereas here he has to shoot around. So it's really fast. It's a faster show, and there's lots and lots of stuff, and we just do the real highlights. And I think it's funnier than the first one.
Way funnier.
It's just, we had to up it. We had to get him even more out of his comfort zone, because he was starting getting used to it.
Right, we'll talk some more in a second.